We're back to Neil Haley's show, and I'm excited to welcome a special co-host, Pamela Loya. She's a writing coach and soul angel as well. Pamela, I'm so excited that you're going to become a co-host of my show, and we have an exciting guest today. Who's our guest?
Yes, we do. We have Irv Gill, who is the founder of Black Belt Ammunition. Black Belt Ammunition is a family-owned and operated company out of Pennsylvania that manufactures handcrafted, high-grade self-defense ammunition. Irv is also a longtime martial artist and author. Welcome to the show, Irv.
Well, hi, Guy. Thank you for having me.
All right, so Irv, tell me how this happened, Black Belt Ammunition. How did it start?
Uh, well, first of all, about 3 or 4 years ago, you might notice that there was a dearth, a lack of ammunition um, everywhere in the country and most of the world. I have been making ammunition for in excess of 50 years myself as a hobbyist. And I always toyed around with the idea of being professional, just like I've been into martial arts. I toyed with the idea of being a professional martial artist. And so I decided to try that hat on for a little bit. And it took me a little while. We just rebooted. We just started up again about the last year ago. And we really tried to meet the need of customers, and especially like Lehigh, where I live near Burke County, Lehigh County.
Wow. And so is that a challenge, especially with the anti-ammunition movement and all that to get out there to be able to do this when you said there's lacking of that?
Um, yes and no. As far as permitting, as far as working, getting a business started, no, it was very easy. I'm not a huge business. There's no large short corporation. I have a shop, a small shop where I'm working at because, as we said, it's all small batch. I probably a large company, and I won't use any names, but let's call them Red Rem-Fed Chester. The large companies in the world probably spill more ammunition than I make in a batch, and sweep it up. So I'm just trying. I'm like your local microbrew. I'm making a small batch. We sell it out as we make it. Um, so yeah, I haven't gotten a lot of pushback. Only I guess because I don't care who you are. There's about 150 million gun owners in the United States. You can go to the Democratic National Caucus and they own guns. They just might not want to talk about it. So it's and everybody needs to feed them at some point, even if it's recreational, and that's what we're here for.
So are you only serving locally, or can you send it out to
Both.
both?
I started with online sales, um, and it worked. But it's hard, as you know, getting your word out there is difficult. So I finally I had wanted to not do local sales, but I gave it a try, and it was enlightening. It was great. I love to meet people. I love talking to people and sharing my passions. If it's martial arts, I love. I wrote a book, which I swore I'd never do again, and I'm going to do it again. Sharing martial arts, and Pam, you're smiling because yeah, it sucks. It really sucks, right, Pam? You
It's
never
fun.
finish writing the book. You just stop working on it. Just say, here, print it. I'm done.
That is true.
So,
That's why you can have
right,
extra additions to it.
there you go. So, it's something I was passionate about. And then it's great to meet the people. So we're very excited. I have a show this weekend in Oaks, Pennsylvania. Please come down and visit us. And it's really nice to meet people and talk about them and hear what they're concerned with in America, and what's going right.
Right, exactly. So it's just interesting you say these shows, they do have a lot of backlash being at these shows, right?
Um, I don't have it, but you do hear it in media, yes.
Wow, and it's just interesting. So who do you think is your ideal customer?
Ah, uh, the short answer is any American citizen that's of legal age and can appropriately buy it. There is no demographic. 21 to 81. Grandmoms, moms, sons and daughters. I would say it's really homogenous across the
Right.
field.
You wouldn't even think that. You think that the ammo wouldn't be part of the deal. You think that the gun would provide the ammo. That's not the case.
Well, you buy a car, and the next day you got to put gas in it, right?
Ah,
It's the same thing. A gun is
ah,
any firearm is just nothing more than a launching platform. It's not a weapon. It's a weapon system, but a gun is merely a launch. thing. It contains the cartridge. The cartridge contains an ignition system, a propellant, an encapsulation device called a shell casing, and the projectile, which is actually the thing that goes out and does the work. It shoots out the barrel. So the gun itself is merely if you don't have ammo, it's a real expensive hammer.
Right. Okay. And so you're never going to tell your competition, but how do you set yourself above the rest of the big competition?
Oh, I don't mind telling them because I'd like to see somebody try to do what we're doing. Well, first of all, we're smart. We're small. I don't know how smart I am. Small. A couple people work with me. Michael Aloya works with me. Sami's great help. I have another young lady that works with me. My wife works down here. My daughter helps me. We're very small. That's what separates. I think that's what really separates us. We had an idea. We talked about it last week. Next week, I will be bringing it to fruition. It will actually be made. You can't do that with any large corporation. You know, large corporations are slower and more ponderous to move.
Mm-hmm.
They bring more money to the table, but it's very hard for them to shift. If it's in our checkbook, if we can do it, we can change on a dime. So if one of my customers has a need,
so to
one
explain
customer
what
came
that
up,
kind of need would that be? What would they be asking you to do that your competition can't?
different propellants. One I'm not going to talk about because I want to see it first before I give any of the secrets away. Well, we're coming up with different ideas for ammunition. We designed a bullet that nobody has made before that's gives us a little more speed out the barrel than people are used to, with still good accuracy, good expansion. It performs like it's supposed to perform, but we had to make it.
Are you guys banned on YouTube because it's ammunition, or is it you're able to stay on YouTube?
We're on YouTube. You can't, and Facebook and all the others. There is a lot of pushback. You can't sell, right? But we have a Facebook page. As
So
other
you're
people
not allowed to sell on Facebook. You're not allowed to run advertising.
Yeah.
And why, if you were controversial, YouTube would take you off the videos, right? Or it
Right.
depends.
So we do watch a line about being controversial, but we're no more controversial than say anybody else. You can see buys out, a girl in a bikini shooting a 12 gauge shotgun at a watermelon.
So isn't that funny? They don't go after that. But if you said the word I'm not going to say on this interview, that I got banned multiple times and almost lost the YouTube channel. So I'll put this up and see what happens if they try to strike me. They're not going to strike me, I don't think. But because again, all you're talking about is specifically that. So YouTube, do they ever say you can't sell on YouTube?
We haven't. We had one of my friends does help us with the YouTube. We had some problems starting up, and all they know is this is where our self-imposed limits are. So it's more informational.
Oh, so you can't drive them saying go to a website to do anything.
We can drive. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's how we drive it. We will just say, hey, for more information on this, go to blackbeltammunition.com.
Oh, you nailed it. That's a perfect way to end it. And we'll see what happens. But again, you're not going to say how you could do it. So like, it's not like candy or something. Got it. All right.
Yeah, if you want more information, go to this website. We have control of that anyway. And we have it backed up. We'll have other videos there, blogs, a link to this interview.
Okay.
Things like
awesome.
that.
Appreciate it, Irv. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Stop in and join us. Black Belt Ammunition.
You're listening, watching
Thank you, Pamela.
Show. We'll be back in just a moment.